I'm doing a review for this book, Why Infant Reflux Matters by Smyth. This is a great little book to give parents more information about reflux, to understand what it is and what it isn't. There are methods to try at home and information about medication. This book can empower parents to understand what may be causing their baby to be sick and or distressed. Smyth breaks down precisely what reflux is and what the more serious GORD is. Reflux is as simple as babies being sick, which is completely normal for many babies. Reflux generally decreases after about 6 months, which is also when babies can usually sit up on their own. My babies were all sick to varying degrees, and one brought up milk after almost every feed until he was well over 6 months. But he wasn't remotely bothered about it, so it wasn't really a problem, except that our clothes usually had sick on them. I remember once I was carrying him on one arm and a pile of clean washing on the other arm, and he was sick all over the washing. And I thought, I haven't even put those on yet. But as I say, he wasn't bothered, so it wasn't really a problem. GORD is when babies are more distressed when they're being sick, and this can be for a variety of reasons, although it is not clearly understood. Symptoms of GORD are wide-ranging and can often also be attributed to other causes. Smyth points out that many of the explanations for GORD, such as the acid hypothesis, have not been convincingly backed up by science. However, many babies do cry a lot and do seem to be in pain, and this can be linked to them bringing up milk. There are many variables with each baby though, so each case should be taken individually. GORD is overdiagnosed. This means that babies are being given medication for a condition that they often don't have. Part of the problem is that when babies are crying and seem to be in pain, people want to do something to help, although often it is unclear what the real cause of the crying is. I noticed when I had my babies that different diagnoses for sickness or crying seemed to be in vogue at different times, from wind to reflux to allergies. The truth is that some babies are sick a lot, and unfortunately, some babies cry a lot. Most babies grow out of crying so much when they're between 6 and 12 weeks. Whilst it is important to investigate if there is an underlying cause for the crying, for most babies a cause is never found. It is important to understand that GORD is overdiagnosed and that there may be other things parents can do to relieve the symptoms in their baby. It is particularly important because the medications that are prescribed for GORD have side effects of their own, and most parents would like to know for sure that the risks of those side effects are necessary risks to take. Smyth explains the side effects of the medications, which parents may not be made aware of when they get a prescription. She also gives other options that can be worked through to relieve the symptoms. Some of the things Smyth discusses to help with a baby who is being sick and or is distressed are looking at the frequency and volume of feeds, positioning, keeping baby upright, as well as how and where baby sleeps. Smyth covered all areas in an easy to understand way, with recognition that people do things in different ways. Smyth also goes through some of the other symptoms attributed to GORD and discusses what else could be causing them and what could be done to ease the symptoms. All the information is laid out in an easy to navigate way. The book was easy to read and it can help parents manage their expectations and help them to understand their baby's behaviour. This was not the most exciting book I've ever read, but there was a lot of good information in it, although there were some things I didn't agree with, and at times Smyth could come across as lecturing. Overall, this was a useful book for parents or healthcare workers that was well laid out to allow relevant information to be easily accessed. Okay, here it is again. Thank you.